بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين وأصحابه المنتجبين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Let us recite Surah Al-Fatiha for all your marhumin, marhumat, all deceased and martyrs of Islam. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين استعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. قال الله جل وعلا في محكم كتابه الكريم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم أعهد إليكم يا بني آدم ألا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين ونعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in the Holy Quran, He says in Surah Yasin verses 60 and 61, did we not take an oath from you, O children of Adam, that you shall not serve Satan, he is your open enemy, and that you shall serve me, this is the straight path. Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters in Islam, in faith and in humanity, wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Over the past 6 days, and today is the 7th day of the holy month of Ramadan, we've been discussing the topic of our discussion, which is shaitan and how he misguides mankind. And we mentioned already the benefits of shaitan's existence, the two kinds of paths. We also mentioned the two qualities of shaitan, and today we're going to mention the third quality of shaitan and where he lives and what's his address. These days when you go and you want to find an address, you put it either in your GPS or you Google it. So today we're going to find where shaitan's address is, and he very much clearly states it, his address in the Holy Quran. So this is what we will be talking about today. So we spoke yesterday about the second quality of shaitan, in which he said in the Holy Quran, لَحْتَتِكَنَّ ذَرِّيَّتَهُ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. What will he do? What will Satan do to us? And what is his quality? His quality is that instead of fighting the person that he has a problem with, he fights the innocent people. He fights who? He's going to take his revenge out on Adam and on the children of Adam. So, you see that shaitan, he's telling us that he's going to come and he's going to fight us and to destroy us. Now today we come and we talk about shaitan and how he misguides. And you find that one of the most apparent things in the Quran in regards to how he will come and misguide us, you find that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed all of his secrets, all shaitan's tricks, and where he lives and how he will misguide us. Everything is mentioned in the Quran. Now if you want to come and you want to trick someone, are you going to go to that person and tell him, hey, I'm going to come and trick you? Or say, for example, if you wanted to, say for example, take a piece of paper, alaykum assalam wa rahmatullah. If you want to take a piece of paper and you put on that paper, kick me. And you tell that kid, hey, I'm going to put this sign on your back. Do you think he'll allow you to do that? No, of course, he wouldn't, unless he's, boring or he wants some action. So obviously he won't allow you to put that paper on his back saying, kick me. Now, you find that Shaitan, he's not hiding any of his tricks. He's not saying, I'm going to hide my tricks and hide my plans and my plots to come and to deceive you. It's very clearly mentioning, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning in the Holy Quran exactly the tricks and the weapons that he's going to use against mankind. So, why would you tell someone exactly how you're going to trick them? Why? What would you expect from that person, that what type of person that he is, that if I tell him exactly what I'm going to do to trick him, and I'm still able to trick him? What is that saying about that person? It's saying that you are a weak person, and you are a helpless person, and you are a dumb person. If I'm telling you exactly what I'm going to do, and you still get tricked, then there's some missing wires there. So this is what Shaitan is saying. He's saying, I'm going to come and deceive all of you, and this is exactly what I'm going to do. It's like, for example, you may take, maybe in high school, I remember they used to allow you to have cheat sheets. So you have a cheat sheet, and you can put as many answers as you can to fit on an index card, for example. So if you go into that day in school and you fail the exam, it's totally your fault. I mean, at least pass the exam. The teacher allowed you to have a cheat sheet. So the Quran is like the cheat sheet for us. All the answers are there. So Shaitan, hence, when Shaitan comes and shows us exactly what his tricks are and how he's going to misguide us, he thinks that we're dumb and we're weak and that we will become misguided by his tricks and fall into his traps. So this is the challenge. Shaitan is challenging us, the human beings. And he's telling us what he will do, and still he will be able to misguide us. So when Shaitan is coming and he is challenging us, we have to be up to that challenge. We have to be up to that challenge every day in our lives. And there is no way that we will be up to that challenge if we do not follow the certain individuals, which are the 14 infallibles, because they are the ones who we said previously that personified the Holy Quran. That's why we follow them. Because they really, the Quran and their blood mixed together in one human being. And this is what happens to us when we come and we cry for Abu Abdullah and we cry for Ahlul Bayt. These tears mix with our soul. And we become one with the message of Abu Abdullah. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So Shaitan, when he was walking away from the presence of the angels and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says, they asked him, they told him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked him, he said, how are you going to misguide mankind? So he said, فَبِمَا أَغْوَيْتَنِي. Satan said, because you have put me in error. You have put me in error. That, oh Allah, you are the one who made me error. And I will surely sit and wait for them on your straight path. So we may ask, where is Shaitan's address? He's sitting on Sirat al-Mustaqim. That's his address. So we come to Shaitan. What's the logic behind Shaitan? He says that I'm going to misguide mankind because, and who does he blame? He blames Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because you made me go astray. And just like that, I'm going to mislead them. Now you may come and ask Shaitan, okay, hold on, Shaitan. I have to interject here and I have to ask you a question. I have to interrogate you here. So you take Shaitan, you put him on the stool, you handcuff him, you put him on the chair, and you start questioning him. Okay, Shaitan, you're coming now and you're saying that Allah is the one that misguided you. Allah is the one that put you in error. Now you may come and ask, you slap Shaitan a few times, right? And then you come and you tell him, you're saying that Allah is the one misguided you. What did Allah do to you? Allah He didn't, when He told you to go into sajda, you didn't go into sajda. He ordered you to go into sajda, but you didn't go into sajda. So you had the choice to either bow down or not to bow down, not to prostrate. And you're the one who didn't do the sajda. It's your fault. But you're coming and you're blaming Allah. It's just like, for example, you tell your son to go do his homework. And then when you come back after a while, you see that he's playing Call of Duty Black Ops. Did I say it right? Okay. So yeah, you come back and you see him is playing, that game, Call of Duty Black Ops. I don't really like that game. So you come and you ask him, hey son, why didn't you do your homework? What does he reply? He says, because playing Call of Duty is better for me. So now, his son, say for example, his son comes back and he blames his father and he tells him, it's your fault that I didn't do my homework. What do you mean, it's your fault? You're the one that didn't, you were the one who was playing Call of Duty all day. Why is it my fault that, he didn't do his homework? So he blames the father. The same thing with shaitan. He is the one who didn't make sajda, but he's coming to blame Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therefore, shaitan is telling us that the third quality is that when he makes a mistake, when he makes a sin, and he doesn't listen to Allah, and he didn't prostrate, and he did all the wrong, he will come and blame Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for it. So, this is one of the qualities of shaitan. So when you find people who come, and I'm sure you've ran into these people in your life, in which they blame other people for their own mistakes. This quality has been inherited by the shaitan. This is shaitan's quality. He makes a mistake, he doesn't go into sajda, he has sinned, he has done ma'siyah, and he blames it on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is you find that this quality, shaitan has inserted this quality into the human being, in which that when he makes a mistake, he blames it on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. Now, how many Muslims have you met that believe in predestination? Right? Most of the Muslims believe in predestination, right? At least a good amount of them. What is predestination? Predestination means that Allah has written everything down, and whatever you do, it's by the will of Allah. So for example, if I did something wrong to someone else, I would say that whatever I did was written for them. They deserve it because He's the one who planned it. It's not me. Allah is the one who did it. So say for example, I hit you, and I say that Allah is the one that hit you. And then in order to justify my belief, I get some ayat and some Quran, some ahadith, and justify that. I say, yes, I hit you, and you're hurt right now, but I'm not the one that hit you, it's Allah. And then they go and they give you that ayah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim in Surah Al-Anfal, verse 17, وَمَا رَمَيْتْ إِذْ رَمَيْتْ وَلَكِنَ اللَّهَ رَمَى. That I'm not the one who hit you or threw it at you, it was Allah that throws. So based on these ayat, you'll say that Allah does these things, and I'm not the one who's at fault. So you find this is the common ideology of those who believe in predestination. One incident, a famous incident that happened was between Bahlul and Abu Hanifa. You find that Abu Hanifa was teaching, and he said three things. He said, Abu Hanifa came, and he said the first thing, that anything unseen cannot exist. Okay, anything unseen cannot be exist. Okay, Abu Hanifa is saying this. Then he said that shaitan cannot be hurt. For example, because he's made out of fire, so if he's thrown into fire, he cannot be hurt either. And then the third thing that he said is that whatever we do, it's not that we have done it, It's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has made us do it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made us do it. So when Bahlul heard that speech, he gave him an answer and said something that was very simple. What did he say to him? He did something very simple. He took a rock and he threw it at Abu Hanifa. It came right here, perfect target, right at his target. Okay? So what happened? They came to Bahlul. They said, man, what's wrong with you? You're crazy? Why are you throwing a rock at the teacher? You threw a rock at Abu Hanifa's head. So what happened? They came and they tasered him. No, there was no tasers back then. They just came and they arrested him. And they took him to the Islamic court of Harun al-Rashid during that time. So because Bahlul, he had some connections on the inside, he was related to Harun al-Rashid, so they couldn't really do anything to him. But he wanted to prove a point. What was the point that he was trying to prove? So he went to Harun al-Rashid and they told him, listen, Bahlul, he hit Abu Hanifa. Okay, so Bahlul, you came and you hit Abu Hanifa. He's like, what? What are you talking about? Me? Hit Abu Hanifa? I didn't hit him. What are you talking about? Where's the proof? So they asked him, what's your proof? What's your proof, Abu Hanifa, that he hit you? So he said, what do you mean, what's the proof? I'm in pain. My head is in pain. Can't you see I'm in pain? I'm hurt right now. That's the proof. So then Bahlul said, well, you said if you cannot see it, then it's not there. So pain, I can't see the pain. That means it's not there. Then he said, you taught us that shaitan is made out of fire. And if he goes into fire, fire won't hurt him. So, in other words, you're made out of dirt. And this stone is made out of dirt. So how can dirt hurt dirt? So then he said that whoever, and then you said, this is the grand finale, Bahlul. He's a genius. Then he said that you said that whoever does something, it's not him, it's Allah who has done it. So don't come blame me, go blame Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So in other words, he disproved him with one throw of a rock. And when we say that we are committing the sins and we are breaking the laws of Allah, then we come and we blame Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for it. So this is shaitan's quality. That he comes and he tries to mislead us, and then once we commit that sin, he says, I have nothing to do with you, and that it is not me that did it, it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that did it. Well, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes and he gives a smart answer to these people. What does he tell them? He tells them, because you are coming and blaming me for all the sins that you have committed, on the day of judgment, he will catch these people, and these are the people who have the long beards, who have the short dishdashas up to here, who do the miswak 24 hours a day and their breath still stinks. These are the people that we're talking about. So you find that on the day of judgment, Allah will come to them and will tell him that, okay, now you're coming and you committed all those sins and you blamed it on me. So now you want to come on the day of judgment and get the reward for all the good deeds that you have done. Now I'm not going to give them to you. You're not going to get them. Because you denied my commands in dunya, so I'm going to deny your credit of akhirah. So Allah will come and say, just like you wanted the good credit for the good things that you have done, then be ready to take the bad credit for the bad things that you have done. So the third quality of shaitan is that he blames Allah for his actions, and this is shaitan's quality. You find that when we come and we do the final search for shaitan's address, it's mentioned in the Holy Quran, in Surah Al-A'raf verse 16, قَالَ فَبِمَا أَغْوَيْتَنِي لَأَقْعُدَنَّ لَهُمْ صِرَاطَكَ الْمُسْتَقِيمِ. Since you led me into error, Allah, you're the one who led me into error. You're the one who made me commit that mistake of not bowing and doing sajda to Adam. It's your fault. So since you did that, I shall lie and weigh in them on your sirat al-mustaqim. So if you want to know where shaitan lives, he lives on sirat al-mustaqim. So now you may come and ask, where is this sirat al-mustaqim? Is this sirat al-mustaqim? Is it it's not in the bars, it's not in those evil places, because those people, they're already doing the job of shaitan. They're already misguided, and only misguided and foolish people go there. Shaitan is not going to go and to try to mislead those people. Where is going to go? لَأَقْعُدَنَّكَ صِرَاطَكَ الْمُسْتَقِيمِ. I will come and sit on sirat al-mustaqim. Okay, where is the sirat al-mustaqim? You find that this sirat al-mustaqim, wherever it may be, he will come and sit on that sirat al-mustaqim. He will find a very comfortable chair and sit on there. Maybe a Tempur-Pedic type of cushion. We had some experience selling some mattresses, so we know all about them. So shaitan will come and sit on a Tempur-Pedic chair or member. So he will come and sit there. But where is that sirat al-mustaqim? The fact of the matter is that sirat al-mustaqim is the masjid, is the Islamic center. That's where shaitan will come and he will sit. You will find that shaitan, he will sit on sirat al-mustaqim. Before he sits, he will be the one greeting you at the door. I hope there's no one greeting someone at the door. So he'll come and be the one greeting the people in the front door. MashaAllah, assalamu alaikum, salam, how are you doing? How's everything? What's up? What's going on? The whole 9 yards. He'll be there, welcome you inside. Why is he welcoming you? Because he wants to set you up for his trap and tricks. And the reason why he's coming to the sirat al-mustaqim is because you and me threaten him. We threaten his existence. We're threatening his business. We are his competition. So that's why he comes here. And you find, unfortunately, that the satanic habits are where you find them in this Islamic center. For example, many times, and these examples that I'm giving, of course, have nothing to do with this masjid. Alhamdulillah, we're all muttaqi and pious people here. We're talking about the other centers. So one time, I was sitting down after I finished salah, and I wanted to do salam to the person sitting next to me. So I finished my salah, and I'm just like so happy and excited that alhamdulillah, we just, finished my meeting with Allah. And I turn to my side and I want to do salam. This person is not even here. He's in a different world. I don't know what he's doing. He's either on his BlackBerry, or he's checking his email, or he's ignoring me. I'm like, brother, salam alaikum, peace be upon you. Peace. So sometimes you don't find that. So you find the satanic habits is in the Islamic center. For example, I'll give you several examples to make this clear to you, this quality of shaitan. For example, you have those that come to the masjid. The issue is not which prayer they are praying. Salatul Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha. That's not the issue. The issue is what line am I going to stand in? That's the issue. That's the main objective. That's the main problem. That I have to stand in the front line. For example, there is one person, every single day, for every single day he would come and do the takbir behind the imam. Every single day he would come and stand in the first line. So you find that one day he came late. La hawla illallah. He came late and he joined the salah. He was in the third and fourth line. So then, after you finish the salah, you go and you send your salams to the Maulana, He went and he had a very sad face. He looked like he was depressed. Something happened. A huge tragedy has just occurred. So he goes to the Maulana. Maulana tells him, what's wrong with you, brother? Why do you look so sad? He said, because I had to pray on the third line, brother. This is great. That's why I'm sad. He told him, brother, what's wrong with you? It doesn't matter if you're praying on the 20th line or you're praying in my spot. What's the reason? What's the objective of your salah? Is it that line or is it Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? This is one example of that person. A second example, you find that, for example, there are those in my profession, for example, they come and they recite the Latmiyah. Now you find that his intention for coming and reciting the Latmiyah is that I'm doing it for Bibi Zainab, salamullahi alayha, I'm doing it for Abu Abdullah, I'm doing it for Amir al-Mu'mineen, salamullahi alayhi. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. But we find, what's the issue? What's the issue here? The issue is not that I'm reciting for them, it's who's going to recite first. Why? Because if I recite first, I'm going to have the most audience. Find those type of people. So he wants to make a show out of it. Speakers, for example, that speak on this minbar, they come and what do they want? They will not speak if a certain amount of people are not in front of them, or if the microphone is not set to a certain level, or if there is kids that are maybe crying, and those kids maybe are doing tasbih because they can't even talk. They're in the masjid. That's why they're crying, because they're doing tasbih. But you'll find that speaker will come and he will yell and make the biggest issue that, oh, why is this kid crying? Why is this, and so on and so forth. And you'll find that this same speaker will not speak if the temperature in the room is not according to what he likes. La hawla. So this goes the same for the reciters. Now you come and you ask this question, who is putting this in their minds? Is it Allah that is putting it in these people's minds? Or is it shaitan that's putting this quality in their minds? And this is what happens when you come and you really dissect this problem. You find that shaitan, he will come and he will try to destroy the ibadah of what you're going to do. So if you're going to pray to Allah, and Allah is the one that will reward you for it, shaitan will come and tell you, no, don't take the reward from Allah. Take the reward from the people. Your reward is from the people. So, and because you did it for the people, then you lost the reward. That's why they tell you that when you do something good, don't make a mention of it. Don't make a show of it. When you donate a large amount, say Mutabarra' Kareem. It was a kind donor who made this. Don't even say your name. And you find this quality was in our fourth Imam, Zainul Abidin, salamullahi alayhi. In which that he would go out during the night when everyone was asleep, and he would go and cover his face and feed the orphans and feed the widows and their children, without making a mention of it. Imam Zain al-Abidin, this is what he would do. And then when did the people find out that it was the Imam that was doing it? Several generations down the line. His companions mentioned it to the people. This was our Imams. So another example, and I'm sure that this happens overseas more than it does here. I've never seen it happen here. For example, when the time of iftar comes, and the rule is that you're only allowed to take one bread for iftar. So what happens, and this bread is for tabarruk. It's for tabarruk. So you find that some smart people, what will they come and do? They'll come and take one bread, and then they'll hide it. Right? They'll hide that bread. Then they'll stand in line again and take another bread. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Then he comes out and he says, look, I have two breads now. He comes and he tells the brother, I have two breads now. He's a hero, mashallah. Then the brother tells him, but you're only allowed one bread. Why did you take two breads? He says, well, it's not their bread, it's the Imam's bread. Because we said this is the Imam's house. So it's not your bread, it's not their bread, it's the Imam's bread. Okay, so now you're allowed to steal from the Imam. Right? So the rule is that you take one each. Why did you take two? Then he'll give you another answer. Sometimes you find these brothers or these sisters, they give you these infallible answers. You cannot even answer back to him. So what does this brother tell you? He tells you that these mullahs, they're the ones that came up and make up these rules, and we cannot listen to them. We follow Allah because He's Arhamur Rahimin. Why are we going to follow these mullahs? So the question is, who is putting these ideas in the people? Is it Allah or is it the shaitan? Of course it's the shaitan. So a lot of people come and take advantage of these situations, and they take advantage of the Imam, and they only take and take. Those type of people that only take. So these people are not taking from just that sufra and that table, they're taking from the Imam. And another perfect example is you find that these mu'mineen, unfortunately, they fall into this problem every single time. What is it? And they're guilty of it all the time. They take the money of the Imam and they eat it and they enjoy it. Which money is this? This is called khumus. The khumus. This money is not your money. It's the money of the Imam. You're taking that money and you're eating it for breakfast, lunch and dinner. And it's called khumus. Then you may come and say, that person may come and say, why do I have to give these mullahs when we know they're going to take that money and pocket it? Because they have deep pockets. So they're going to put it in their pocket. The issue is not what they're going to do with it. The issue is that you have to pay the khumus. Allah is obeying you and commanding you that you have to go and pay it. So, just like that extra piece of bread, this is khumus, and you have to pay for it. And you will see that those who love the Imam, they will not do this. Another example, so we can really understand this, in history, according to our Imam, Al-Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam, and we will conclude inshallah in a few minutes. This example of the Imam, on the day of Ghadir, what did they tell him? They said, Bakhan, Bakhan, Ya Ali. Ya Ali, we give bay'ah to you. You are the leader after the Prophet. You are the successor. But what happened? They came and they did not listen to the Imam. What happened? We give bay'ah to you, O Imam, but they stole the wealth of the Imam and the family of the Prophet. They stole fadak, the takfiris of that time stole fadak from the Imam. So this was the sunnah of who? The Shaykhain. Subhanallah. This was the sunnah of the Shaykhain. This was the sunnah of them. It's not the sunnah of Ahlul Bayt. So you accepted the Imam, but you stole his wealth. So my friends, this is the habit of the shaitan, not the habit of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So where does shaitan go? He goes to Sirat al-Mustaqim. He lives on Sirat al-Mustaqim, and we said that he comes to the Islamic centers. He doesn't come as a physical person, so don't try to look for someone that looks like a shaitan. You won't find him. He's invisible. So one last example I want to give, inshallah, we'll go for salah. In the Islamic law, you find that the best place in a city, the best place to pray is a masjid. And alhamdulillah, I don't know if this is in Pakistan, but when I went to Iran, I seen that they have apartment complexes, and in each apartment complex they have a mosque there. I'm sure they have this in most Muslim countries as well. So you find that the best place to pray is in a masjid. So when you go and you pray in a masjid, there's a place that you go. This center doesn't have it, but it's called a mihrab. Mihrab. So that's where you go. And supposedly the most pious and muttaqi person, most knowledgeable person, should be standing there. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He called it a mihrab. Now what is the meaning of mihrab? Those of you who know the Arabic language know that mihrab means harb. It means war. This is a place of war. Mihrab is a place of war. So mihrab literally means battlefield. Allah, you said mihrab is the best place to pray. Why did you call it mihrab? Because Allah's ibadah is for peace. It's for harmony. It's, this is what mihrab is. It's peace and harmony. So maybe you should call it something else, like a nicer name. So why are you calling it battlefield? Why are you calling it mihrab? Because Allah wants to let you know that when you're out of ibadah doing something else, that's something else. But when you are doing ibadah, then understand this ideology very well. That once you say Allahu Akbar and get into prayers, that is when your battle starts between you and shaitan. That's why it's called mihrab. You are in a battlefield between you and the shaitan. It is you versus the shaitan. So shaitan is trying to take your mind away from Allah, and your job is to stay focused on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is what we have to worry about when it comes to shaitan. When you're on Sirat al-Mustaqim, he'll try to come and to sit on Sirat al-Mustaqim, which is your prayer. Brothers and sisters, he will come and try to sit on your prayers. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving us this example of mihrab, so that when we come into prayers, we know that it is not an easy road. It's not an easy pass to Allah, that we have to work to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is why it is mentioned that in a hadith, إِنَّكَ كَادِحٌ إِلَىٰ رَبِّكَ كَدْحًا فَمُلَاقِيهِ. Thou, O servant, O human being of mankind, you are constantly striving and going through the obstacles to reach Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the purpose of our salah is to be that medium, that communication, that Wi-Fi connection between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And there should be no disconnection between that. In the sense that if you really do your salah correctly, you will feel so much better in the second salah than the first one. And this is why our Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says, pray every single salah as if it's your last salah. So you give it your best, you give it your all. And we should apply this philosophy in everything that we do in life. Whether it's on the job, whether it's in school, whether it's with our family, whether it's with our wife or the husband. Whatever we do, we should do it with all our hearts and sincere and pure intentions. So I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept these humble words from us, and inshallah tomorrow we will explain more about how shaitan misguides mankind. I pray for all the mu'mineen and all the mu'minat around the world, and especially we pray for our marhumeen and marhumat of this blessed community and all deceased of this community, and we pray for the well-being of this community, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to allow us to better strengthen our relationship with Him and with His awliya, and to hasten the reappearance of our 12th Imam, Imam al-Hujjah Ajjallahu ta'ala Farajul Sharif, and to allow us to be amongst His helpers when He reappears. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. And let us recite again Surah Al-Fatiha for the sponsors of tonight's program.